Law Env310. So welcome to week 2. Yes, week 2. So week 1 is done. You've turned in your work. If you have not turned in your work, you've talked with me and we've arranged something for you to get it in. All right, I am working diligently to get those reviewed and back to you with comments. All right, so before we go into week 2, I want to remind you, this class is a synthesis of information from previous classes. If you haven't had the previous classes, well, this is going to be sort of a little bit of extra work, but it's good for you because this is the important part. I mean, this is actual environmental management. This is what this is all about. You need to start pulling in information from government ideas, like actual government policies, and looking at those and reviewing those, as well as actual economic data and looking at that, and then taking that information and looking at an issue through the environmental lens. So you're combining all 3 lenses. So you're looking at an environmental issue, but you're stacking on top of that a perspective of government policies, a perspective of economics, as well as why it works the way it does, the physical science for ecology and so on, like how the ecosystem works. All right, so those aspects have to be in, all those lenses have to be present in your mindset as you approach this class and as you approach these assignments. Okay, so this week we are dealing with water. All right, please read the directions carefully. Okay, there are numerous bullet points for you to address in your paper. When I said be creative on your namings, that's still true. However, bullet point for subsection, that means that when I say be creative, that doesn't mean taking all those bullet points and creating 2 bullet points, an unnamed one and a conclusion. That doesn't work that way. 1 for 1. Okay, I want to see all those sections in your paper. All right, so you can get creative in their namings, but all those have to be addressed in your paper. Okay, if they're not, you're missing something. Okay, probably should include a conclusion as well, just a couple of sentences synthesizing what you've learned here. What's the elevator takeaway? What's the quick 30-second takeaway? So a couple sentences for what you've learned. All right, when I'm saying be specific, again, in the instructions it says be specific. I want specific examples for actual locations. I want you to take a look at, just quickly, government policies dealing with those particular topics. So an example might be, and you do not have to use this one, I highly suggest you find another one. When it's asking you about levees, a good example is New Orleans and Katrina. What were some of the government policies that came out after Katrina? You don't have to look for government policies that came out before, but what were some of the policies that came out afterwards, or programs even? And what did New Orleans do with their levees? Okay, how much money did they spend? That's the economic aspect of it. Okay, so that's the kind of stuff that I'm looking for. You need to be starting to explore government websites as well as looking for economic data. All right, that can usually be found in newspaper articles, but our library has excellent resources. Okay, so please be using that, not just the book. The book is a good source, but other ones as well. Okay, so let me know if you have questions. By the way, there's also a worksheet that should kind of act as your notes here. All right, so let me know if you have questions. Keep up the good work. All right, cheers.